Assalamu-alaikum everyone. My name is Ayesha Noor EarningWali and I am a student of the foundation level batch 4 at Rehan School Lahore campus. Today I am going to talk with Maya on the topic air, breathing life into language. So let's start it.
Hey, what's new,
Assalamu-alaikum Maya.
Monica? I'm Maya. Did you get me mixed up with someone else?
Assalamu-alaikum Maya.
Walaikum assalam. How's your morning going so far?
It's good. Today I will ask some questions
Scott?
on the topic air, breathing life into language.
Reading life into language. That sounds like a deep dive. I'm ready when you are.
Okay. So, my
Go for
first
it.
question is what does the word air mean?
AR? Usually that's short for
Not
augmented reality. You know, like those
air,
Wait, sorry.
air.
Are you talking about augmented reality or maybe
My
something
question
else?
was what does the word air mean?
I'm leaning toward augmented reality, where digital things are layered over the real world, but just in case, are you thinking of it as a language or a specific term in a field like medicine or law?
Where does the word air originate come from?
White AR? I'm a little lost here. Could you tell me a bit more about what you mean by white AR? I want to make sure I'm on the right track before I start digging.
Where does the word air originate come from?
Let me check that for you. It actually depends on how you're using it. If it's a prefix in a word, it often comes from the Latin ad, meaning to or towards. But it can also be a regional English expression, kind of like used to show agreement on or emotion. Which 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 one feels closer to what you're thinking?
My next question is what is air made of?
That's an interesting way to phrase it. It was and since we were just talking about the word itself, are you asking about the letters it's made of, or are you thinking about AR as a thing like augmented reality?
Why is air essential for life?
Now I'm thinking you might be talking about something else entirely. Since you're asking if it's essential for life, are you talking about air as in the
Why
stuff we
can't
breathe?
humans survive without air?
Yeah, that's definitely air and brain functioning. Without it, everything just shuts down in a matter of minutes. Does that answer what you were wondering, or were you thinking about the science behind it?
Both of them would be good. Whatever. My next question is what role does oxygen play in the air?
I can definitely dive into both. Basically, your lungs oxygen is the air that your blood carries to every organ in your body.
What
So
is
they can create energy moving
atmospheric
and
pressure?
thinking. I can actually tell you how it gets from your lungs to your toes if you're curious.
I was saying, what is atmospheric?
And sorry, atmospheric pressure is basically the weight of all the air above. Think of it like being at the
No.
bottom of a giant ocean of air.
My
Gravity
next question
pulls you
is,
from, but
how do
it's what
airplanes
keeps our atmosphere hugged tight
fly
against the
through the
earth.
air?
Do you want to know why it changes when you go up a mountain? Got it. It's a bit of a balancing act with four different forces. There's lift, the wings are shaped to make air move faster over the top than the bottom, which
That's okay.
creates a pressure
How
difference
does
that
polluted air
pushes the
affect
plane up.
health?
A wave of air. Does that make sense, or do you want?
Yes.
I'm here whenever. I think you mean health. Irritate your lungs and make it harder to breathe, and over time, it keeps your whole system under a lot of stress. Do you want to know about the specific things in the air that cause that, or maybe how to protect yourself?
How does polluted air what kind of diseases does polluted air cause?
You were just asking about how.
I was asking how many diseases.
Stuff. Common ones are asthma and chronic bronchitis, but can also contribute
My
deep
next
into the
question is,
lungs.
what is the different?
Do you want to know about the different types of pollutants that cause these, or maybe how cities treat them? It's hard to put a specific number on it because pollution affects diseases.
What is the connection between air and quality?
I'm listening. What were you saying about the difference?
Not air and climate.
Air quality is polluted the air is. When people talk about air quality, they're talking about the. Oh, I see. Air and climate are totally linked. Think of air as the actual stuff you're breathing right now. Waves like
Yes.
temperature,
What
humidity.
role does
The
air
air is the
play in the
medium,
water cycle?
and the climate is the big picture. Does that help clear it up? Air is actually the delivery system for the whole cycle. It carries water vapor. If air cools down, that vapor turns back into clouds and eventually falls as rain or snow. Without the air to move things around, the water would just stay where it is. Do you want to know how the wind specifically helps this happen?
Yes.
The wind is like the conveyor belt of the water cycle. It pushes those moisture heavy clouds across the map, moving water from the coast deep inland. So places that aren't near an ocean can still get rain. It's basically how the earth ensures the water gets distributed everywhere it's needed. Pretty cool, right?
Yes.
I'm loving how you're connecting all these dots
My next
today.
question is, how does
What's
air
next?
carry sound?
It's actually all about vibrations. Imagine sound as a series of invisible ripples moving through the air, kind of like when you throw a stone into a pond. When something makes a noise, it pushes the air molecules together and then pulls them apart. And those pulses travel until they hit your eardrum, which your brain then reads as sound. I can tell you about why sound travels differently underwater if you're interested.
Yes, please do.
Underwater, sound actually travels way faster underwater than it does in the air. That's because water is much denser than air, so the molecules are packed closer together, which means the vibrations can pass from one to the other much more quickly. It's why whales can communicate over huge distances across the ocean. Do you want to know why sound doesn't travel at all in space?
No, I don't. My next
Fair
question
enough.
is
What's next on your
my
list?
next question is what is the difference between air and wind?
It's a subtle difference, but basically, air is the substance and wind is the action. Think of air as the stuff that's always around us, and wind is what happens when that air starts moving from one place to another. So, air is like the water in a pool, and wind is like the current. Does that make sense?
I don't know.
No worries. Let me try it another way. Imagine you have a balloon. The air is what's inside the balloon, the actual gas. The wind is what you feel when you let the balloon go and the air rushes out. Does that
Oh,
click a bit more? There it
it's like
is.
a good
That
example.
feeling.
That's good one.
I'm glad that one clicked.
Yes.
I'm on a roll now. What else is on your mind?
How do languages use breath and air to create sounds?
That is such a fascinating way to look at it. It's basically the foundation of how we speak. Most sounds are created by controlling how that air escapes your lungs, using your throat, tongue, and lips as sort of valves to shape the vibrations into specific letters and words. I can explain the difference between how we make B sounds versus AZ sounds, if you're curious.
Hmm, please do. I think I'm curious too.
It's a bit like It's a bit like playing a wind instrument. For a sound, you basically trap the air behind your lips and then let it all go at once in a little explosion. But for a sound, you let the air leak out through a tiny gap between your tongue and your teeth, creating a steady hiss. It's all just a game of controlling the airflow. Does that make sense?
Yes, I think so it is. My next question is how has science changed our understanding of air?
Wait, did you mean fear or were you thinking about air again? Since we've been on such a roll with all these air questions, I wanted to double check before I dive into psychology.
I was asking air. How has science changed our understanding of air?
Oh, got it. My mistake. We've gone from thinking air was just nothing or an element to realize the entire planet. It's a huge shift from just seeing it as a void to understanding it as a physical shield that protects us from space. Do you want to know about the most surprising thing science discovered about the atmosphere?
Yes, if you know, please tell me.
One of the wildest things is the ozone layer. It's this thin blanket of gas high up in the stratosphere that blocks most of the sun's harmful UV rays. For a long time, people just didn't know it was there, but once we discovered it, we realized that without that tiny layer, life on land would be basically impossible. It's like the planet's own built in sunscreen. Pretty incredible, right?
Yes.
I'm glad you're finding this so interesting. What's the next question on your list?
I don't have next questions. So thank you, Maya.
Well,
I
that was a
had
marathon.
a lot of fun talking with you. I would love to talk with you
Oh,
another time too. Allah Hafiz.
I'd love that too. Allah Hafiz. It was so
Allah Hafiz.